I just wanted to do a quick video today about something that I might be like the last person in the entire world to know about, but I just found out about this probably like in November-ish, so a couple months ago, and I think it's the coolest idea ever. I'm one of those people that always wants to journal, and I always have like these aspirations that I'm gonna fill up hundreds of journals with all these like prophetic wonderful things, and I'm gonna look back on it in a couple years and be like, wow, I've really learned a lot and like all this stuff. But I suck at keeping journals. I will buy all these gorgeous journals and then I will write in them for like a week and then I just stop. And I hate that. I hate that so much. Like, there's nothing motivating me to write, and I want something that I can look back on and be like, yeah, I totally remember that. Like, that was a cool day. Anyways, so I was on, I think it was Book Depository. I know I bought this off of Book Depository, but I think that's where I discovered it as well. I discovered this journal, and it's called One Line a Day, a 5-Year Memory Book. And this is what it looks like. And it's essentially a journal. It's kind of like a day-by-day diary. You can see it says like September 2nd. It'll say September 2nd there. But then it has like all these little spaces, and you just fill in like 2012, 2013, 2014. And so every single day for 365/6 days, you just write like a little blurb in there. So like you can see there's like little blurbs in there. And it is the coolest thing ever because it's because it has like the dates, and because it's just like a tiny, tiny little area, you're motivated and you want to write in it every single day. I just feel like you have to stay on track. Like, you can't forget a day, because then when you like get back to the same day next year, there's going to be nothing there, and then you're gonna be like, oh my god, what did I do that day? And I've already, actually a couple days ago, I couldn't fall asleep, so I reread everything that I've written in it so far. And I was already getting like super nostalgic. I'm a very nostalgic sort of person. Like, I live in the past. I mean, I don't necessarily live in the past, but I look back on it a lot, I guess, and it's not necessarily a good thing, but I mean, it is the way it is. And I reread everything that I had written for the last like 2 months and a half, I guess, and I was already like, oh my god, I totally remember that day. That was so cool. Like, I never would have thought to think about that day again, but because it was in here, like, I was already thinking about it. And I am so excited for like 4 or 5 years from now, when I'm going through like the 5th year, when I'm filling in the very, very last like blurbs here, and then to just like look back on all the other days and be like, wow, I did that exactly a year ago. I don't know, does that not seem like super cool to you guys? I think it's a really cool idea. This is the one that I have. It's just like a plain regular journal, nothing too special about it. I like that it has gold though. I think that's a nice touch. I actually saw a different version of this at my school bookstore, and it was a Jane Austen one. So it was essentially the same idea, where it had like 5 little spots for you to write in, but at the top of each page, or on top of like every other page, there was a Jane Austen quote, which I thought was a really cool idea. I'm not super into Jane Austen, so it doesn't really appeal to me, I guess, but I mean, if that's your thing, that's like a really cool thing. So I just wanted to share it with you guys, because if you're like me and you want to journal, but it's hard for you to stay on track, I think this is a really good idea. I mean, you put in like 2 or 3 sentences a day. It's not a big commitment. I just have it by my bedside table, and right before I go to bed, I just jot in. I jot whatever I did that day. It's not necessarily like, I felt these feelings because this person said this and blah blah blah. It's just like, this is what I did, this is who I did it with, it was awesome, it sucked, whatever. It's very, very simple and straightforward, and doesn't take a lot of, I guess, like thinking about it, but I mean, at the end of the day, you still have the memory there. I'll put a link down below to where you can buy this on Book Depository. I think it was like just over $10, maybe like 11 bucks when I purchased it. So I mean, not bad for something that you're going to be using for 5 years. Let me know if you guys like to journal, or how you kind of stay on track with journaling if you do journal, because I'm always trying to start journals and it doesn't work. It doesn't work, and I want to have journals. Like, I really like the idea of journaling. It's just hard. It's super hard to stay committed to it. That is everything for today, and I will talk to you next time. Bye guys!